Now that just the tips is over and getting your fantasy season ready, it is time to bring this segment back as well. It is the best damn power ranking you can find across all podcast platforms. This week, we are going to be bringing you power ranking of divisions. We are going 1 through 8, ranking them best to worst. We're going to start off with number 1. Sean, take it away.
We're going to go up with the best division you can possibly think of. That is the AFC West.
Number 2.
A lot of debate, but we gave it to AFC East.
Number 3.
Keeping in the same tradition here, we're going to stick with AFC. We're going to go with the North.
Number 4.
If the rankings are telling you anything, the AFC is much better than the NFC. It was that way last year. It's going to be the same way this year. Number 4 is the NFC East.
Number 5.
NFC is getting a little bit of shine here. We're going to go with the West.
Number 6.
The good old NFC North.
Number 7.
Not the worst, but semi-close to it. The AFC South.
Rounding out the power rankings at number 8, the worst team in the division or in the league.
Without a doubt, NFC South.
And that is your best to worst divisions. It was very controversial at the top, folks. I'm not going to lie. I did lobby for the NFC East, but it's hard to pass away when you've got the Super Bowl champions in the West. They try and keep it competitive all across the board.
The talent in our division, barring injuries, is the best in the league. I will stand by that.
I'll give you that.
Throughout the whole
talent
season.
Across all 4 teams is high. But then you have a guy like Josh McDaniels for the Raiders who coaches them.
I get that. But I mean you got statistically the best running back from last year. You got Devontae Adams, you got Max Crosby. Like the star power is still somewhat there. The Chargers should be de facto second best team in the division. Really hope they don't get run over by injuries like they usually do. And the Broncos still have talent. They still have a good wide receiver room. They still have a good D line. Like the defense in general. Like the AFC West. Say what you want about Russell Wilson and the Broncos last year, but the AFC West just doesn't get run over.
Sean, this is something that's going to be probably very controversial to the rest of the NFL fans. Having the NFC East, if they're not going to be number 1, which I think most people would probably put that division there. If they're not going to be number 1, how do they not end up 2 or 3? How do they fall all the way to 4?
Listen, the AFC is just more stacked all across the board. We just alluded to that for the West. But you know what? The NFC East, they have been shit for years. Last year was a bright, shining moment in the history of the NFC East. Realistically, you have one very, very good team in the Eagles, and everything else is a crapshoot, and you don't know what you're going to get from them.
They very well could put all 4 teams in the playoffs in the NFC, but in my mind, that doesn't make them like that good still. Like this league is very quarterback driven. You look at the quarterbacks in the AFC East and the AFC North versus what you got in the NFC East. We talk all the shit in the world on Dak Prescott. Daniel Dimes is not who the Giants are paying him to be.
Fair.
And Sam Howell's as good as a rookie right now. So
I think that's all fair. I think, the 4 of them looking at it, quarterback play, and the competition level that they'll be facing in the NFC this year, it would not be a surprise to see all 4 of them in the playoffs. But that just alludes to how bad the NFC really is, especially when you have the NFC South. You're probably going to see the Saints have a fantastic record this year just simply because they're going to pull out potentially 5 or 6 wins just from their own division.
They could be, 1 game over 500 this year and still win?
I think they've got a really they could be a game
Well,
under
that's what the
500 and still win.
That's what last year was.
Bucks were 8-9 or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Saints have actually a really good defense. Where they falter is going to be on their offensive side, and I don't think Derek Carr is going to be the one to be able to help them put up points because he just doesn't really have weapons around him outside of Olave, and who knows if Alvin Kamara after the suspension is even going to be able to be healthy. He hasn't been, and don't even get me started on Slant Boy. That dude can't stay. He was out for all of last season with turf toe. All right. Terry McLaurin will be back quicker than he was with turf toe.
Hey, you don't mess with turf toe, man.
Now that we've given you the power rankings, it's time to get into our games of the week. And let me tell you, week 1 is chock full of some really good games. Some games that may not have made that cut, by the way. Chargers, Dolphins, week 1. We know those two fan bases have some disdain for each other as Dolphin fans think they have a better quarterback in Tua, and obviously that's not true because Justin Herbert exists. And you've got some other good games that come across as well in the Rams and the Seahawks and the Cowboys and the Giants. A couple more that did not make this list. Tybo won our pick'em last year, so he's going to walk away with the first pick for the games of the week.
I ain't walking away from nothing. I'm walking into another Dubski this season, buddy. Look, I said it earlier, the 49ers are preparing to be in the same situation as the Kansas City Chiefs without their star defensive lineman and Nick Bosa, and possibly without their starting tight end, Greg Kittle. So I honestly think the 49ers versus the Steelers is going to be a good game. TJ Watt is healthy. So expect the Steelers defense to cause some problems to good old Brock Purdy. And I am holding out hope. It looked great in the preseason. I want it to be entertaining throughout the regular season, but Kenny Pickett to George Pickens. Let's get it going. 49ers, one of the best teams across the board as far as on paper. Look at their depth chart. Great players all the way around on that roster, but they're being led by Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy or wherever he was drafted in the 7th round. Okay. Did he have a little bit of success last year? Sure, but he couldn't get it done when it actually mattered. I don't think he carries them to any more relevance than what they were at last year.
Solid pick. Is that a noon game, afternoon game?
It's a noon game.
Noon game. Transitioning to game of the week number 2 here. Monday Night Football, Buffalo Bills versus New York Jets. In New York, Meadowlands in Jersey. But 2 New York teams, it's on 9/11. Never forget Aaron Rodgers' first game for the Jets, prime time. What is he made of? Is he a New York guy? Or is he just a washed-up quarterback going to have the same type of career path that one weird guy, Brett Favre, went on as well? I'm excited for it, man. There's a lot of new faces and a lot of new places there for him. So let's see what happens.
For my pick, I'm going back to Sunday at noon. This is a division rivalry game. We've got the Bengals versus the Browns. Last year, the Browns piss poor after bringing Deshaun Watson back in. Can they turn it around? Was it just a situation of calling plays to get Deshaun Watson back and ready for this season, as last year was already chalked? You've got the Bengals and Joe Burrow. Burrow got banged up early on in the preseason. Is he going to be back and fully healthy with that calf strain? Can they continue their dominance on the offensive side with Jamar and T. Higgins? Joe Mixon, he's still got a lot of things going on off the field in another court case that he's going to have to fight against. Is he going to be able to stick it out the whole season? Don't know, but he's going to be there for week 1. This one, I think, is going to be a cutthroat battle of 2 teams that will end in the playoffs at some point.
I like it.
Now that we've gone through the games of the week, we didn't give you winners. So that's where we're going with now. We're here to give you some winners back to Pick'em this year. Now, Pick'em is going to be a little bit different. Tybo won.
Because
We all
not in the sense of who's going to win, because I'm going to win.
he doesn't understand how
guy.
spread works.
This guy.
The three of us, no matter how we ended up, obviously Tybo in first, Sean in second, I came in last, but the three of us individually killed every other pundit who does this. By bar none, nobody stacked up against our record when you look at Fox, ESPN, wherever you want to get your sports news. We know ball over here, right? It's not basketball, it's football. And all three of us know a little bit about ball. So this year, to give ourselves
over 500.
This year, to give ourselves a little bit of a challenge, instead of going straight money line, so that's pick a winner, somebody who just wins the game, it doesn't matter. We're going to go with the spread. So Tybo has been brought up on how spread works. If he doesn't get it by now, he's never going to get it, and that's okay.